Not quite sure what to title this video. It's mid-April and I still have some colonies that are slow to come back. With the Russian honeybees, that's not uncommon, and you really don't want to get involved with Russian honeybees. But when I use this product, I used this for the second season last fall, second year in a row basically, and it didn't work. I used it September, the whole month of September. It didn't kill the varroa mites. And I realized it by the end of October, and I switched to acetic acid. So I lost my winter bees during the month of September and October, and my colonies were small going into winter. And they've been really slow to come back. And I want to mention, if pollen is available, natural pollen is available, they do not like this pollen patty. This came from Better Bee. And if you have some in the hives, you might as well just pull it out, stick it in the bag, and save it for next winter because they don't eat it. So this is a September 2018 queen. So I was wondering, is she running out of eggs? Is she getting old and not worth the trouble anymore? Because the colony has dropped down a little bit. But what you do is you actually have to check the frames and just to see what's going on. Look at all the pollen they brought in. That's why they don't need this pollen patty. They do not need that if they have access to tree pollen. This is mostly tree pollen, the best pollen available for honeybees. So that's the frame of pollen. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick this frame in between. This has got nothing in it, in between the pollen and the brood, just to get that queen to lay on that frame. There's more open cells. So after you've had some experience, you know which bees are your nurse bees. Those are the smaller bees. The tannish ones are not as dark as the others. You take a look and see how many nurse bees are in there. Look at the brood pattern. There's the queen. September 2018. I bred her here at home. Didn't cost me anything. You people that are wasting your money buying queens, you need to learn how to breed your own. If you have commercial beekeepers in your area or other people that have bees, breed with their drones. You don't need to buy queens. She's a good quality queen. She didn't cost me anything. She's doing very well. She's going to come back. The reason they're having a hard time is because that Formic Pro didn't work. There are quite a few nurse bees in here. I'd say half these bees on this frame right here are nurse bees. So even though the colony has dropped the population, it's just temporary. They will be coming back. And I also want to point out, it's important that you keep your colonies warm. This is the south side of my garage. It gets very warm here all winter long, all spring. It's warm here. That helps them keep the brood warm. And then also having a dark painted hive, that gets hot or warm, and if they come out when it's cold, they can land on there and get warmed up and go back in the hive. But it also helps warm up the hive. So if the brood stays warm, it's easier for the queen to lay more eggs and for that colony to come back. If you keep them in the shade on the north side of a building. Look at that frame of brood. I mean, not brood, pollen. I was hoping it was a frame of brood. That's what I was hoping for. But she's only got one frame of brood, but they got all kinds of pollen. So what I'm going to do, because sometimes bees are stupid. They fill too many cells of pollen. They're not going to use this pollen in time for the queen to lay in these cells. She's going to run out of cells on that one frame. So I'm going to stick in two empty frames, in between these frames of pollen and this frame of brood. Again, let's look at this. One frame of brood. I've found that the Russian heritage bees aren't as smart as the Italians I had previously. You actually have to help them make decisions for themselves. I hate looking through these stupid phones. She's there somewhere. You actually have to make decisions for them. They're not smart enough to make their own decisions, basically. So if you want to waste your time with Russian bees, go ahead. But I wouldn't advise it. Vin Farms, he's got a lot of subscribers and viewers, and he's got Russian bees, and he hasn't quite figured out it's a waste of time. If you want to make honey, you don't want Russian bees. Commercial beekeepers don't use Russian bees. Commercial beekeepers don't have time to spend a lot of time in each colony. It's all about making honey. And if you have several thousand hives, you can't spend the time to manage them like you have to do with Russian bees. Okay? Thank you.